This has serious implications for the Dodgers, and just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it seems like it does. What the heck is going on with the Los Angeles Dodgers? Not good, man. And they say bad news comes in threes. Does bad news comes in 13s too? Because that's how many pitchers are on the IL, I think, for the Dodgers right now. All right, Brad J with you, Dodgers Digest. Subscribe and like. I'm just asking for two things now, okay? I used to say subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. Hey, man, don't worry about the notifications. Just subscribe and like and get us to 8,000, fastest growing Dodger channel out there. And smallest, too, by the way. Right? We may be slow, but we're small, too. That's a good one. All right, I'll have to keep that one. All right, so the bad news is Dodgers make unfortunate Michael Kopech roster move as injury appears worse than expected. Dun, dun, dun. Sad, man. How can this be, right? Just when he was coming back and the dude was actually pitching great out of the bullpen, had a few key games for the Dodgers, and then all of a sudden they make it worse than it actually is. How bad could it be, Brad J? What? 60-day IL. He'd been transferred, Michael Kopech, to the 60-day IL. Tyler Glasnow returned to the 40-man roster and had a good game. Let's just keep that in mind as well. All right, so the length is gnarly. No matter how you look at it, to be out that long, to be on a 60-day IL, I think maybe late August is when he's able to come back to the Dodgers, and that's not good. That is not a good thing because he was a contributor to what the Dodgers needed to do. Now, is there some good news here? Well, not really, but 13 pitchers, I think, on the IL, give or take one or two. That's crazy numbers right there. But good getting Glasnow back. That, I think, was a huge help for the Dodgers. All right, so what does it say? Kopech will not be eligible to return, as I just said, late August at the earliest. Okay, now that's great. If we're in the lead, we're in first place, we're battling it out, we're doing quite well, then that's okay. We can deal with that, but we got to still remain in the first place spot. So Glasnow activated, pitched yesterday, and Alex Diaz has been optioned to AAA OKC. So there you go right there. Wish it was better news, but hey, Brad J always likes to try to find some good news there for you, okay? Here's some good news for you. Even after two straight sweeps in baseball, right? Two straight sweeps the Los Angeles Dodgers have endured. They're still in first place, and they still have the second best record in all of Major League Baseball. So haters going to hate no matter what, but teams, as some of the comments I read, teams step up to play the Dodgers. I don't think there is another team like that. Maybe the Yankees, where teams step up even harder to play. So to most of these teams, it's their World Series when they face the Dodgers in regular season. And that's just basically the size of it, right? All right, so let's talk about Glasnow. We need some good stuff going, Brad J. Stop it. Glasnow has a good outing in a Dodgers skid. Love to see that he is playing some ball and coming back. And I predicted he would do good. Brad Stradamus was right. I did predict 6 innings, though. Not 5, but hey, he's one short of that. Only gave up 2 hits, 1 run, no earned runs. That was key. Don't like those 3 base on balls. That's where he got into trouble. But he has lowered his ERA down to 3.52, 5 Ks for Glasnow. Vesia came in, and he had 2 Ks. Love it. Gave up a hit. But look, Vesia is trending in the right direction. 2.61. That ERA is going down. Like to see that. Kasperius, 1.2 inning, and gave up a hit. He is 4.55 ERA. That thing ballooned from the other day. And then Tanner Scott. Oh, man, just giving up that earned run. It's such just a situation. Like, you figured, like, come on, Dodgers, hold on to this win. Come on. But not Tanner Scott. No. And he gives up a key run. And the Dodgers take one on the chin. Yates, 3.90. He gives up a run there. It wasn't an earned run because they start with a guy on second, so in the extra inning. So that's how that worked out. Sad stuff, but good stuff for Glasnow. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Okay? 2 straight sweeps. I'll tell you right now, we're going to be talking about this when the Dodgers win the World Series this year. We'll be talking about, remember when the Dodgers got swept by 2 different teams? But look, no matter how you slice it, okay, it shows you how good the Dodgers were in the first half. right? Because they're still up, and they're still up by the Giants. Even if they got swept by the Giants, they would still be in first place going into the All-Star game. There's no doubt about that. So, what are the Dodgers going to have to do? They're going to have to send a frickin' message. You're playing the Giants, the hated San Francisco Giants, right? If you're playing the Giants, you got to hand it to them, right? You got to beat them, right? 2 of 3. That's all we're asking. A little positive note to go into the All-Star break. That's it. I'm predicting the Dodgers will right the wrong. Brad Stradamus predicts 2 wins out of the 3 against the Giants at their home, and that will help the Dodgers make things happen in a big way. All right. So Oral Hershiser remember when Houston spanked the Dodgers in one of those games? I don't know, what was it, 17-1 or whatever it was? Oral Hershiser had said that it was almost like they knew what was being pitched. Very interesting. So here's what happened. During the Astros 18-1 slaughtering of the boys in blue on Friday night last week, Astros hitters were swinging at these breaking balls like they knew what was coming. A clear mention to the scandal. Thank you, Oral Hershiser, for putting that in there. You know, that's where announcers can do some good stuff right there. I love how he did that. He's like, swinging at these breaking balls like they knew what was coming. A clear mention to the scandal. Okay, so, and then you start talking about it, right? However, the third baseman, Max Muncy, cleared things up on the matter Tuesday and actually thought the opposite, that the Dodgers rookie pitcher Ben Kasparias may have actually be tipping his pitches to the hitters, allowing them to know what was coming up. And he got shell-shocked. 18-1, that was a massive beatdown, that Kasparias. And that, to me, sounds like you're tipping your pitches at that point. All right. So what does Max go on to say about that? Well, Max goes on to say, do I think they knew it was coming? Yes, I do. Do I think they were cheating to get there? No. I think that they had a tip on the pitcher, and that's on us to clean things up. 100% fact. You cannot, you have to agree with that right there. It's on them to be the ones to clean things up. If you're tipping pitches, that's your fault. You can't go blame the other team for picking up on that. It's one thing if you're banging trash cans. That's definitely mega cheating, and that's not your fault. That's their fault. That's on them. But tipping pitches, that's on you if your pitcher is doing that. And that's what he said on the Foul Territory podcast with Eric Kratz and AJ Perninsky. So that's not cheating. That's part of the game. Good teams are going to do that. And he goes on to say that the Dodgers have done that. They've done the same thing. They'll take advantage of something. If they see a little tick in a pitcher, and they know, wow, he's tipping his fastball or he's tipping his breaking ball, you're going to tee off on that. And that's what you're supposed to do. All right? That is part of baseball. All right. So tomorrow literally is Mayday. Okay? Mayday for the Dodgers. Mayday. Help. We need help. We're sinking fast. And who but who? Dustin May will take the mound tomorrow. Tomorrow. And Logan Webb. So it doesn't get any easier. Got to face Logan Webb. That dude has been money. That's not going to be. I almost consider if the Dodgers are going to lose one of these 3 games, it's probably the first one. Because Logan Webb has been money. Look at his last 3 appearances. He's down to 332. Last 3 appearances for May, 4.76. You look at hits allowed. Logan has allowed 20 hits, so 5 more hits. Strikeouts, though, he's got 2 more and even 1 more walk. So maybe there is light at the end of the tunnel, and we can get through this Webb. If the Dodgers can get a win over Webb tomorrow night, that's a big one right there. That would be a big to right the wrong and get back on the right track. That's what the Dodgers need to do. But remember, they still have the second best record in all of baseball, even after 2 sweeps. So just let that marinate for a little while, and they still have the best record in the National League. So you can't take that away. You could say, oh, look, everyone's Padres are laughing, Giants are laughing. No. Laugh all you want. You still have to earn it. And the Dodgers are in first place in National League. So good stuff there. And first place in their division. So there you go. Hey, that's been super fun, man, catching up with you. I'm going to be on the road the next few days. Try to do as many shows as I can. Always remember, though, to subscribe and like. Okay? Love to see you a part of the show and love to keep the momentum going towards the 8,000 mark. That's going to do it for your buddy Brad J. Always remember, as you go through the day, think Dodger Blue, and let's go Dodgers.